Often, UX folks with a design background become interested in learning more about psychology and cognitive science. At the Q&A session from our recent August virtual conference, Natalie from Columbia asked Jacob Nielsen if it's worth it to get a degree in this situation or if it's better to learn these topics on your own. Here's what Jacob had to say.
Well, first of all, I do want to say I think it's very useful for a designer to understand some amount of psychology, because we're designing for people, and people are these weird things that, so we got to know how that works, and I think that's really beneficial. So bravo for having that insight. Now, is it worthwhile to go and get a psychology degree if you're already an experienced designer, right? I would say no, because that's a long time. That's many years you take out of your career to go out and study. And the truth is that most of what they teach in a psychology program is not very design oriented. And so you have to make that leap of what's being taught and how you're going to use it, apply it. And that's a lot of extra overhead. It takes a lot of time. It's expensive. Plus, it actually removes you from that day-to-day experience of actually doing design, of solving problems, of being with the customer, watching the customers doing usability studies, all those things that we talk about, which have value in their own. I mean, driving up your experience with interaction design and with customers and with users is super important. But I think that experience can become more enriching, or you can become more enriched by your experience, I guess, if you put on those glasses, that lens of the psychology interpretation of why is it, what known facts about the human mind can explain why people behave in these ways with these screens that we're testing. And so I think it's worthwhile. So it's worthwhile, taking some courses, whether you take the course at our conference, The Human Mind, or you take some evening classes, or you read a few thick textbooks. I mean, I think actually all of that is probably a good idea. But then take some time out in your day-to-day experience to reflect on what's happening. And I know this is hard for people because you're like, we're going to crank out the next screen and the next feature and get going. But compare with thinking about spending like 4 years to get a full university degree, or 2 years in graduate school, or whatever is full-time. Honestly, take those years and cut them in little pieces and spend half a day or a full day every now and then to just reflect on your experience and kind of analyze why things are happening relative to what's known. So you can do some studying, and you can do, I think, particularly that reflection, I think is probably like to be much more valuable than the go back to school, take years out of your life, get no experience during that time, plus the expense. You've got to take that into account as well. So for all of those reasons, I don't think the go back for a full degree is the answer, but I do think learning more about psychology and then applying that knowledge, take the time to apply that knowledge to kind of reflect on experience.